Hello, I'm Mal, and welcome to another episode of MiniModelMakes. This is a special episode of MiniModelMakes, or at least an unusual one, from the point of view that I'm not doing an unboxing, I'm not doing a painting guide. This is more a vlog, if you've got to call it something. Recently, I've been playing Warhammer Total War on my new laptop, and it's given me the Warhammer bug, the massive Warhammer Fantasy bug at the minute. Also, there's been a couple of my friends online who've been painting up some old fantasy stuff, which has kind of made me feel a bit like I need to be doing some of that hobby action. There is an amazing Empire, old school metal model Empire army on Facebook from one of my acquaintances, and I just looked at it and thought, that's amazing, and I would like to paint a fantasy battle of my own. The other thing is, there is a game coming out called Warhammer The Old World from Forge World, which hopefully will be like the old fantasy battle from years ago, but we don't know much about it. We know it is going to be Warhammer Fantasy Battle in aspect, but what models are they going to be? What are we going to be using? But we don't know that sort of thing yet. So I thought I would make a start and I would collect a High Elf army. Now, way back in the mist of time, the sort of big box set that I can remember getting first of all was, I think it was the 4th edition with the High Elves and the Goblins in. And I absolutely adored my High Elf models. I thought they were an amazing army. I tried to collect them again over the years, but the only problem was I was never a good painter when I was young, and it's only recently I felt like I can do a High Elf army a little bit of justice. It needs such crisp, clean colours that it always put me off collecting an elf army or painting up an elf army. And I actually feel now that I can tackle that and give it a go. So I've been online, I've looked on the evil eBay, I've looked on some other shops and bits and pieces, and I've got a few things that I've ordered that have come through. So I'm going to go through what I've received and how much it cost and my thoughts and all that sort of thing. But this is very much it's going to be a series. As I do a bit of hobby, I will show you what I've done, I'll show you what I've picked up, I'll tell you mistakes I've made or whatever, and go through. So anyone out there who's thinking of doing the same thing with any kind of army can follow along and get hopefully some ideas and inspiration. All right, so what I'll do is I've got 3 parcels. I'll get them all opened and I'll go through what I've got and talk it through with everyone. So I'll get that overhead camera set up. Okay, so see you shortly. So first thing I've done is I've gone on eBay and just had a look at the High Elf stuff available on there. Now, the first thing I came across was this unit of Lothern Seaguard, and I think the guy wanted about 15 quid, or girl, I quickly hasten to add. The person wanted about 15 quid for these on eBay. These are from the old High Elf Island of Blood set. They'd put on an offer, so I sort of offered a tenner, and I think I got them for about 12 quid in the end, which isn't too bad. Packaged quite nicely. Most of them aren't undercoated. There's 4 there that weren't undercoated, and then there are 2 currently swimming in my pot of amazing BioStrip 20. They're just undercoated. So they're having a good old degunk in there. I'll give them a scrub in a bit. So first of all, I think that's not too bad. The guy accepted my offer in the region of £1 per model. Yeah, I've got to strip a couple of them, but not a bad start, I think. So they're all intact. They've all got the little bows. There's no pieces broken off. You can see some of these were attached at some point, but the arms have come off, which is good. So nothing's broken in them. Not too much of a bad job, really. They should be, well, it's pretty much, I'll make sure I've trimmed off all the sprue little bits and pieces and filed them down a little bit. But they're alright, that's a good start. A little bit of stripping on those models, not a problem, not too heavy a job. Happy with those. Okay, so that's my first lot. Next thing I got was, and really took me back to my teenage years, I picked up an elf bowman. He's from that old school box set. He's just to experiment with. Same again, I think they wanted about £2.50 for him plus £1.50 postage. I put in a cheeky offer of something like £1.50 instead, and they accepted it, so he cost me about £3. A little bit more expensive working out, but he's just the one model. Really nice, don't have to do anything to him, he's all one piece, and he is mainly for me to experiment on, think about my colour scheme, what I'm going to do, what paints I'm going to use. Originally I thought these were a bit smaller than the traditional box sets of the elves that you could, or you used to be able to get. Now I've just got another one from somewhere else I've acquired, but as you can see, it's pretty similar size, which is awesome. If they weren't just, you know, one chunk of plastic and monopose, I'd love a unit of these guys. I might still do. But yeah, so that's the other one I've got anyway. And he's going to be to experiment on. Alright. Then I won my next lot at auction. I've got, essentially, they didn't come in this box. The packaging was blooming awful for these. He just sort of wrapped them in bubble wrap and then wrapped a little bit of cardboard around them. Worst thing I've ever seen. He could at least have put them in a box. Now, I think this, in the end, this cost me short of £30. It was a live auction. I just stuck a cheeky bid on and thought it's pieces at the end of the day. And I got pushed all the way for it, actually. Whoever it was, if they'd have bid more, they'd have actually won this. Because I only just about got it. So I've got some shield bits and pieces there. I've got some horses. Whoever's done this, well, all the tails are missing off the horses, which is a shame. So I've got about half a dozen horses. The silver helms, not the best paint job. Better than I would have done as a teenager, though, I'll quickly hasten to add. But yeah, not the best paint job to these. Much of a muchness. I'm going to try and sort of take these apart as best I can. They're going to have a bath in paint strip, or I'm going to get a new bio strip. Give them a go. And then it's just kind of rummaging through it all to find a bit of gold. Now, I've picked up in this box set, I've got a couple of metal Swordmasters, which is cool. Different models. So I've got those. And then it's just bits and pieces. I've got a few of the spearmen, but you know, they're broken and tatty, and they've glued the bows on the back of them. Maybe they made Lothern Seaguard out of them, but I don't want the bows on there. I just want them to be normal spearmen because, you know, I've got some Lothern Seaguard, so I don't want to be mixing those up. But same again, they're going to go in the stripper. I've got some archers as well, as you can see, you know, half a spear, which is a shame. They've glued the feathers all over them, and I don't know, they've not done a good job anyway. Oh, I've got another metal Swordmaster there, which is pretty cool. Although you can get plastic ones in the Island of Blood sets, so well, we'll see. I've got some archers. I've already made a start on some of these, and I've rescued this the old school spearmen from the same set as the archer. All monopose again, but they're going to go at the back rank as spearmen, so that'll be okay. I've got the shields for them, and I've got some archers. What I've done with the archers, I've started, he's not too bad, but let's zoom in a bit. I've started to pull apart what I can. As you can see from this model, the body's not glued on flush, you know, it's at a bit of an angle. There's some heavy glue. I don't know if it was plastic glue, but there is something horrible on this. I'm going to try and shave that off with a knife. I've started to pull some of the torsos off the archers, and I've got at least the base of one silver helm here unpainted. With that, as I said, I'm pulling apart these archers bit by bit to see what I can do with them, shave them down, resurrect them a little bit. So there's going to be a lot more restoration with these models, because they're not the best. And I'm getting another tub of paint stripper, so I'll chuck some bits and pieces into there. The other thing with that little collection is I've got a treasure trove of some bits and pieces here that I can look at using. Some unbroken spears, there's some more like spearman bodies and things here. And I found 2 tails for horses, which is great. I'm going to try and pin them or glue them back on, so at least I've got a couple of horses that I can use. Musician bits. I've got all sorts I can sort of go with there. So out of that box set, with a bit of luck, I've got maybe something I can use as a commander, or a silver helm if I'm lucky. Maybe make a mage, and then with a bit of luck, a small unit of spearmen and a small unit of archers for 30 quid and bits, that as I'm going on with this project I can look at and see what I'm going to do. Now, he's been going to town because some of these spearmen bits he's glued archers' bodies to and all sorts. Maybe he was trying to make some Lothern Seaguard, make him look a bit different to the actual what you used to get in the box set. So that was that I've won. A bit of work with that, really, to be fair. And then the next thing, I had a look at an online shop called Troll Trader, which is quite famous in the UK. I bought some bits and pieces from them before, and I picked up a plastic eagle claw bolt thrower. So it's undercoated black, which I don't want. It's going to have a swim in bio strip because I want lighter colours to begin with. I don't want to paint off a black base coat. But I've got the main body of the weapon there. I've got a full crewman. He's got a little bit of silver on him, so he's going for a swim in the goat. But he's in pretty good nick. Quite happy with that. And then I've got this guy. He's missing an arm, but I've got that little box of bits now, so I'll just stick a sword arm or something onto him and he'll be good to go. This cost me about £12, which I thought it's not too bad. eBay, there's a lot of metal bolt throwers out there, the old type, which I wasn't interested in because I knew there was the plastic kit. And I've seen a few of these sort of well, I don't know if they go for the money that there is on eBay, but they go for a lot more than 12 quid, or people want a lot more than 12 quid for them. So I was kind of happy with Troll Trader on them, and I'll probably hit them up again. If anyone from Troll Trader ever watches this video, give me some elves, please. You're a pretty cool store. I'll shout your name to the rooftops for my 300 subscribers. And then I got this as well, which I don't know if that was with the bolt thrower or not, but it's just something cool that I can paint up and it can go with it. It's pretty snazzy. So happy with those. That's everything I'm going to show you at the minute. That's what I've got. So that's roughly cost me in the region of £50, all that sort of stuff, which is a box set of toys these days. Not too bad, but quite a bit to be going on with work-wise there. What I'll do is I'll go back onto my front camera and I'll conclude this little session. Okay, see you shortly. So this is the end of my first sort of vlog on trying to resurrect a Warhammer Fantasy Battle High Elf army. Things I've already come across is eBay. There is a lot of tat out there. There is stuff that's broken or absolutely caked in paint, and it's not worth the money that people are expecting. It really isn't. There's stuff on there, you know, starting bid £30 and it's just broken and you're not going to really be able to use it, which is a shame. It's not helped by some of the people that are on there. I don't know whether to name them. They're a little bit infamous, but there is a seller on eBay who is named after an aquatic animal and a colour, who sells things for, or tries to sell things, because I don't know if you got to buy stuff off him, you've got to be mad or desperate, for stupid amounts of money. So I think people look at things that he's got up, or she, I quickly hasten to add, has got up for sale and thinks, oh, my tat must be worth easily as much as this, which is a shame because it skews out the prices. People have got to make a living, I'll give you that, but you know, that certain eBayer just wants way too much for his stuff, and it's inflate or wrongly makes people think the market is inflated when really it isn't. Other things I've looked at on there are, there's quite a few bits and pieces from the Island of Blood box set, which was cool. Was that 6th or 7th edition of Fantasy? You don't seem to get everything in it though. There always seems to be something missing, or a bit's broken, or there's no flight stand for the Griffin or anything like that. But the box set was amazing. You got a mage, you got a Griffin, you got Lothern Seaguard, you got plastic Swordmasters, you got Illyrian Reavers. Really good box set, but people are there wanting, you know, 110 quid for it. There's about 9 or 10 of you all trying to flog the same thing with a bit missing. One person's got Reavers missing, or one person's got a couple of Swordmasters missing, or one person's got the Mage missing. Cut your prices, because £100, I put in a cheeky bid on one of them and they were like, oh no, it's not worth it. And it's like, well, your army's been on about 4 times that I've watched and no one's buying it. I've not bid that much under. You still get your postage on top. Yes, I understand eBay fees, but you know, if it didn't sell at £90 last time, guess what? It's not going to sell at £90 this time, so why not take a cheeky offer? It wasn't derogatory offer. I thought it was, you know, a good price, but they didn't take it. Do what you want to do. I'm not here to moan about people on, well, I am moaning, but I won't name names or moan about people too excessively. I've also looked on a lot of the trading pages and there's no real elves going at the minute, and the Island of Blood I saw, which funnily enough is the one I put the cheeky bid on, even with that taken into account eBay fees, he still wanted the same amount of money for it, and it's not going to sell. Or if it does, well, congratulations to you. But there's about 5 or 6 other Island of Blood sets out there with a few bits and pieces missing. So if you want to stand out from the pack, just drop your price a tiny bit. The good thing I think from this was Troll Trader. Yeah, I'm missing an arm and a bolt thrower crew, but I've got some bits and pieces now to rectify that. I will certainly have a look and see what else they've got for sale. Some of the stuff looks a bit massively inflated, but of course this is stuff that's out of production now, sadly. Some of the bits and pieces look really broken, but I think there's a few gems. If I've got time to filter through all the high elf stuff they've got for sale, I think there might be a few gems there, and at the end of the day, it's stuff you can really work with. So that's it really for now. I'll still keep trawling eBay, trying to find stuff that isn't tat, or if it is tat, then, you know, I'll pay a couple of quid for it, but I don't really want to pay more. Anybody watching this, especially if in the UK, if you're collecting a Warhammer army and you've got some advice, please put it in the comments. It'd be amazing. Let me know. If you're out there and you've got a treasure trove of high elves that you don't want a pile of gold for, get in touch with me. See if we can strike a deal. You can get to me on my Facebook page, MiniModelMakes. For those of you who've watched this, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please like, subscribe and share. I now have, I think I've got about 307 subscribers, which is mind-blowing that 307 of you want to watch my hobby. Yes, I know I'm a middle-aged bloke in his man cave. I'm not the world's best painter or hobbyist, but it's great that you're coming with me on this journey. It's very inspiring for me. Thank you very much. I'm certainly not like some of these pages out there that can, you know, or people that can doll themselves up a bit and wear a low-cut top and suddenly I've got 15,000 subscribers. Don't blame you. I think it's brilliant, but yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. And yeah, that's it. So please like, subscribe and share, and I hope to see you soon. Please leave some comments below with some ideas or if it's given you some inspiration. And bye for now. Take care. See you shortly.